Hey everybody, it's Jeff. This will be part 12 of the Eduard limited edition USS Arizona 1/350th scale. Okay, today, or in this video, I'll be working on the forward superstructure. The plastic parts are pretty well cleaned up. I've got a little bit more to do as far as removing Hobby Boss plastic that's not needed. And then I've got a bunch of photo-etch. We'll see how far we get. But there's quite a bit of photo-etch on there. I've got a lot of stuff I need to get bent. And so let's go down the bench and we'll see how things are going. All right, be right back. Today I want to get started on the forward superstructure of our USS Arizona. The kit supplies, the Eduard plastic supplies these 4 parts with other pieces of plastic on them. I showed in a previous video removing all the unnecessary pieces, which will be replaced by photo-etch. I can give you an idea about what the structure is going to look like when it's completed. Okay, so there's a lot of little pieces that's going to be added to this to turn that into something close to like that. I'm hoping I'll be able to do some of the rigging and stuff on this too. That's something I've never done before, so it'll be a learning curve, just like everything else with this particular model. Anyway, on the instructions, let me show you real quick. We'll switch over here. Flip it. Okay. This part PE5, which shows up, PE5 here, which shows up in step 15, is actually being, it's showed in step 13 also. So I want to get that part off and put it on, or at least get it fitted when I'm doing this part. Okay, so we've got PE5, PE60, PE61, PE62, PE136, and then we've got a lot of little ladders and things that we need to do first. So I'll get those off, and then we'll start getting some of these things bent and in position. Okay, so let me show you here real quick what I do. Switch this over again and flip it. Okay, I don't know if I showed you guys or not before, but what I do for photo-etch, I have this is one of those Infinity cutting mats. Works really good on the backside for trimming, for cutting out the photo-etch. Okay, I keep my photo-etch separated. Now these, the numbering system on these is terrible. Parts are found, just all over the place, but generally speaking, I've got the numbers of what needs to be found in which little, these are just a sheet of typing paper, nothing special, but it keeps them separate and it keeps them from getting bent. So what I want to do, let's go ahead and find that PE5 and we'll get it cut out, and I'll show you kind of how I do it. So this, let's see, this is it. Of course, my glasses. Yeah, this is PE5 right here. So a lot of people use a straight bladed X-Acto type saw. Some people use a curved blade, but I've been using this. This is just a cheap set of chisels I got a while back, and there's a number of different size blades in it, and this blade seems to work really well for photo-etch. If I can show you here, you just need to, you can actually feel where the connection points are. You just go right up against it and push, And the nice thing about it too is you can roll it in your hand. So with a knife, you'd have to keep moving the part around to get it lined up. But with this, you could just roll it to get the flat side where you want it, and push. Just step back a little bit to get the right. You can feel right where the edge is. You can roll the blade around to where it's in the direction you want it. Be real careful. Get it right on the edge. See if I'm all the way around yet. I think I am. I got one here that didn't quite go. Okay. That's all there is to getting that photo etch out. There's really no tabs or anything left. That cuts really close. Now, I've got one here that's just really, really small. So what I do with that, just to show you, this is a diamond hone, and I can put a flat edge on it, and it's gone. There's a little one right there. Okay, just where you don't feel it anymore. Okay, and just go around and check. There's a tiny, tiny one there. Okay, that's about it. So I'll have to do some figuring on just how the best way is to roll this. I'll probably anneal it. But let me go ahead and get the rest of the parts cut out off camera for the main part of this. And then we'll come back and we'll start figuring out just exactly the best way to do it. Okay, I'll see you in just a little bit. Well, looks like I forgot to turn the mic on for this little section. So here's the, I'll try voiceover. Here's the first floor or first deck on the forward superstructure. Okay, I've got the PE parts laid out for the starboard side. First thing need to be done is these holes need to be opened up for the ladders to go through. The kit supplied ladders are somewhat narrower than the Eduard ladders, so the instructions tell you to open those up 0.4 millimeters. Also, that notch on the side there needs to be opened up a little bit to make room for the kit supplied part. Okay, there's the port side there, and I've got 4 pieces of photo etch on there so far. All set to go. So the photo etch for the other side is laid there, and it all needs to be folded. That circular enclosure, I've already annealed it and bent it. It was basically just like doing those structures on the funnel. Very simple, but you do have to anneal it first, or it'd be really hard to roll. Okay, so this is the main cabin, I guess you'd call it, for that first floor. I've got to fold it. Still playing with camera angles here a little bit. Okay. Get the folding tools out. These are both Tamiya folding tools, a large and a small version. Very useful for different bends. A lot of the photo etch in this kit, the crease lines are really deep, and you don't really need a folding tool for a lot of it. Some of them you do, though, for real narrow parts, or some of the tiny parts. You really need to go with the folding tool just to get a nice straight line. Okay, and there's going to be doors for the 2 sides. You need to decide whether you want them open or closed. I just made them closed, but there are doors to be added at some point. So let's go ahead and start folding here. We've got a little tab right there that needs to go up. Okay. We're working on the back side. This will be the inside of the structure. So we'll do that tab. That'll be where it'll sit on the floor so it'll give us a surface to glue to. Okay, and then there's a little tab on the other side, on the other end. We'll go ahead and do it too. This one here is pretty narrow, so I'm just using the pliers to hold the piece, and I'll fold it with my fingers. My thumb probably. There we go. Nothing to it. Gives you a nice straight line. And then the other folds, I don't even think you need a tool for. The creases are folding lines are deep enough, they fold really easy. Just don't get carried away and overfold them, or you can break them off. Try and just get all your corners nice and square. These windows, I believe, have glass in them too, so that's something I'll probably try, is to put some crystal clear or something like that in there to try and form some windows. Okay, little folds there. They fold real easy. Okay, there's the first floor structure done, and I'll have to glue it. I'll glue it off camera and make sure everything's nice and tight. And then I'll put the doors on and everything, and I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like. Alrighty. There's the floor, and that hole there is what's left from removing Hobby Boss plastic. And that new part just barely covers it, but it seems like it does. And then this is where the part I just made fits. I'm not going to glue any of this yet. I want to get some windows made, and I've got railings to do, and searchlights to add, guns to add, all kinds of things you have to do on these. But this is the basic idea. Okay. Be right back, guys. Okay, here's the first level of our superstructure with all the brass parts on both sides. Okay. Must be some kind of a vent. It's open in the front, closed in the back. I don't know. Anyway, this will go on here, like so, and then this will go right here. I'm not sure if this has glass in it or not. Might be kind of hard to do. I did put the doors on. Those are a separate option. You can either leave them on, or you can leave them closed or leave them open. It's up to you, but I went ahead and put them on closed. So that'll go right there. I've still got ladders, and there's some other parts to go back here. I guess I could go ahead and work on those. And then this will be the floor or the deck for the next level. I'm going to go ahead and start building the structure that goes above this. So this will be the next level, the next deck up. It'll go here, and I believe it just touches the back of that circular enclosure there. So let's set this aside. I just want to kind of get them stacked up to get an idea how they look. On this, I've still got railings to go around, lots of railings, and some other parts. So it's a long ways from being finished, but I just kind of want to get an idea of what it looks like. So let's put this aside, and we'll this is our next, this is P61. This will be our next level up. This stuff is really easy to bend. I did not anneal any of this. You know, if you don't have a structure that you have to put a curve in, a lot of times you can get away without the actual annealing. So let's see if we can't get this bent up. Let's see. I'm going to bring this up just a little bit. See if we can keep it in camera or in frame. So get it right on that little line. Okay, and we want to pull that in. Okay, and we want to fold this in. See, it folds right on the line really easy. Just try and adjust the corners as we go. Okay. Bring this over. And we got one more little tab to bend in. I guess maybe I should have done that sooner. Okay. And then we've got to bend. That's got to bend in. That's going to bend in. Come up just a little bit here. Trying to get an angle where you guys can see kind of what I'm doing. Okay, that's basically the structure. I'll have to, what I do, and it's real hard to do on camera, but I'll hold one joint and get it just right, and then I'll drop some glue in it, and I'll just work my way around until I get everything exactly the way I want it. But this structure will go just about right here. Okay, so I'll go ahead and get to where you guys can see it. I'm wondering if turning the lights down might help. So that's the structure for the second level up. Okay, it'll sit on top of this one. This stuff, you know, I've got to adjust everything as I go, but this will be about here. Then this will be above it. Approximately. Okay, I'll get the parts out for the next level up and get this, get the corners of this all glued, and then I'll be back. Okay? Thanks, guys. Here's the structure for the second level up, all glued, and I didn't put the doors on yet, but I will. The seams right at the front. Okay. Something I noticed, I should have caught it earlier. Here's the first level, and this is approximately where this structure goes, right between those two stairwells. This is the next piece up, but the back side has, well, I can show you on one of these. This is the way the back sides look. Okay, part of the the original plastic is still on there. It's molded to the top. So that's where this one will sit. Okay. That'll be the location for the next piece up. So this has all got to be removed to make it flat for this piece to go on, or your decks are going to be too far apart. So I had to do it on this one. I just cleaned all the structure off of there because I've got to have a flat surface for it to fit on. So this will go here. I think it just barely clears. This will go here, just about like this. Okay, but for me to put this on, which will be the next layer up, I've got to get all this stuff off the back. I'll just go ahead and sand it all smooth. The little bit of detail that's on here is out of proportion and everything, and I just really don't think I need it. I don't think anybody will ever see it, but I'll go ahead and get this cleaned up, and while I'm at it, the back side of this one needs to be cleaned up for the next structure. This is the next structure here. Okay, so we've got to get all that done before we can go up another layer. So let me I'm still playing around with cameras here, guys, seeing what works best, but anyway, that's kind of what it looks like. These windows do have glass in them. I checked my references, so I may try and paint and put glass in these before I actually stack them up. But there's still a lot to do. I've still got to put railings and flag lockers, and there's searchlight that goes on each of these. The railings actually come up and go out and around. And this level has a bunch of railings, and so do these levels here. So there's lots and lots left to do. Let me go ahead and get the plastic off the back of these so we can continue up with the next layer. Okay, I'll go ahead and do that off camera. So be back in a little bit. Thanks, guys. Here's our two pieces with all the plastic removed from the back sides. So they're good to go now. This will go here. Oh, let me see. This will go here. Okay, and there'll be some posts. There again, there's another couple pieces that are going to have to be made up. There's a post that goes from this hole up through here, and it supports the bottom of this structure here. They're not kit supplied, so I'm going to have to make those up too once I figure out how long they need to be. The instructions give you a number, but I'm going to measure it to make sure. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is go ahead and get this bent, which will be the next layer. Okay, let's do that real quick. Set that aside so I don't mess with it. Okay, and here's our small ones. Okay, this is the side with the creases, so this will be the inside. So the first thing I want to do is bend this little edge and this little edge. It gives you a place to glue it down to. So let's see here. I might need to use the bigger pliers. Yeah, let me get the bigger pliers. Get it right on there. Okay. Whoop, I do that every time, don't I? Switch hands. I should just do it this way to begin with. Okay. Okay. There's the first bend. Then I want to bend this little part up. Okay. And let's bend this end. See, it's got the crease is real. It's real easy to bend on the crease without any tools. Okay. And we'll do this one. Okay, let's try this. Sorry, just trying to try some different angles here a little bit. Maybe that's better. Okay. So we'll bend this one. Then we've got to bend this in. And this end. And then we've got the end here, needs to be bent. That one should be no problem. There it goes. Okay. I'll have to adjust it as I glue it. Just get it kind of close. Okay. There's our next level up. And I'll glue it, and get the ends and everything just nice and tight. Let's see here. Okay, it'll go here. Approximately here. It goes right in front of those two openings for the ladders. So that's approximately right. And this will be on top of that. Approximately like so. Okay, so we got one more real small little cabin to make up. See if I can get it to where you guys can see it. Okay, so we got, let me get the instructions up here again. That will be part PE 136. Let's see where I've got it here. Here we go. This is different. Okay. Here's PE 136. Just like that. Okay. So we'll go ahead and fold that up. That I'll probably have to use little pliers for because their folds are pretty short. This is the inside again. Let me get these. Start the bends. I don't want to send them too far. Let's see here. Okay, I've started the bends. I can get this to where you can see it. Okay. The structure is going to have kind of a different shape to it. Let's go ahead and bring it around. And these tops are going to have to come in just a bit. Just do it a little bit at a time. Don't get too carried away and try and do too much at once. Some really tiny parts that need to be bent. Okay, coming on around. I know it's really hard for you guys to see this. Go ahead and bend the lid down. The roof. Let's see. Gonna have to have a little help there. Let's go back up a little bit here. It's getting close. Okay. This will take some adjustment as I glue it. That's basically what the structure will look like. Okay, yeah, it'll fit tighter than that once I start gluing it. But that's the top structure approximately. Okay, and it'll go just about right there. Okay, and then the forward leg for the mast, the three-legged mast, will come up through that. So I need to make sure that everything lines up just right. So that's our basic structure. Okay, let's go ahead and go back down here. Try and get it kind of lined up. Okay, let's see. Get it to where you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. Hey, definitely needs some adjustment, but I'm not going to glue anything until I get some parts painted and get some glass in the windows and that type of thing. So that's knocked over too a little bit. Okay. Just gives you an idea kind of where we're headed here. Okay. Some of these too I may want to paint black inside because I can see, like on this one here, even with windows in it, you'll probably be able to see the floor inside the deck. So I might go ahead and paint a square, or in the shape of the part, black on the floor just to cover that. So that's kind of the beginnings. Quite a ways to go yet. I'm going to go ahead and shut the camera off, and I'll get these structures all glued together. Okay, get the little cabins glued together, and then I'll be back. Okay, see you soon. Here's where it goes on the ship. I set the funnel on just to give you an idea kind of how they all fit in relation to each other. So I'm probably going to call it good for today, guys. I'll put a few pictures at the end, but next time when we come back, we'll be working on getting the railings and some more of the really small parts figured out for this forward superstructure. The three-legged mast is going to go up so high And then above that, we've got another structure. So there's a lot left to do on just this part. And then we've got the rear three-legged mast and a bunch of other stuff still to do. So got a lot yet to do. So thank you for staying with me, and hope you're enjoying. And please like and subscribe. Have a great day. Okay, we'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.